Welcome to this video on developing an outline for a comprehensive literature review. This video has been prepared for one of our courses, 6x90, but others may find it useful as well. A comprehensive literature review is a standalone review paper. It's a study on its own and it's not a precursor to a research project. What I'm going to outline in this video is the requirements we're asking of students when they prepare their comprehensive literature review. So literature reviews generally follow this shape with an inverted pyramid, a rectangle, and a pyramid at the end. And the shape generally is where the introduction moves from a general topic into a focused research question. Then we see the body of the review as it covers issues from the research literature. And then from the close findings of that study, the conclusion moves out to review broader conclusions and implications. So it goes from the more general to the specific, a review of the literature from the specific review back out to the general again. Now, what I want to show you here is a typical structure for a comprehensive literature review. You don't have to copy these headings exactly as they are. It's more important that you focus on the components. You can insert headings that are relevant to your particular topic. But you would generally have a title page, an abstract, a table of contents. If you were writing a review paper for publication, you wouldn't have the table of contents. And then you would have an introduction, problem, purpose statement, and research questions, discussion of key terms, methods, the body of the review, the critical review, limitations and recommendations, discussions and conclusions, references and appendices, although they're not often seen. You don't often add appendices to comprehensive literature reviews. You do sometimes see them. So as I mentioned, you can change this outline to fit your particular topic. You can change the headings to reflect the sections that are more relevant to your topic. These are just the common components found in this type of paper. We're going to go through each of them in detail now. Okay, so let's have a look at the title. What you really want to do is find a title that is relevant or it reflects your own research interests and your argument. The abstract is a really important part of this paper. It's a summary of the paper. It's usually between 250 and 300 words. It contains a sentence or two about the research problem, the context, the purpose of the research, the method of searching, key conclusions, and a key message, which is the main message you want to get across overall. The table of contents needs to be formatted as a table of contents with page numbers so that the reader can access different sections. The introductory section should provide an orientation for the reader to this broad research topic. It provides some background for the research problem and identifies the need for this research. The introduction also includes a roadmap of the paper so that the reader can see where the paper is going and how it's organized. Now I've added in page numbers, but these what I'm really doing here is giving you an indication, a guide. You might need to take 2 pages to introduce your topic because of your particular topic. Other people might take, half a page. So it's just a guide. You would have a problem, purpose statement, and questions. This could be included in the introduction or could be a section on its own. And this would have all the components of the problem, purpose statement. You definitely want to include that very early on in the literature review. You would have a section where you cover the discussion of terms. This helps the reader understand the concepts, the key concepts in the study. And if there are any debates or contestation around these terms, this is where you would include that. You would also explain why you've chosen to use certain definitions. Again, I've said about half a page, but in your particular topic, you might even take 2 pages. The method is a brief description of how you went about searching for source articles or source texts, what delimitations you put on the study, and how you searched. So you'll describe what you decided to cover and what you decided to leave out. The main body of the review is the critical review of the literature. This is where the bulk of your paper will be. I haven't put page numbers because I don't know how long your review will be, but this is where the weight is. And you would need to organize this section according to certain themes or according to the Toulmin argument structure or any other organizing scheme, and you can see my video on that. You might also have a section on limitations and recommendations, and I would certainly suggest this, and this is where you identify the limitations to the study. You would have a section on discussion, a discussion and conclusion section. You might begin with a brief summary of the paper, then draw some conclusions. I would say draw 3 conclusions, have 3 conclusions. What can you say now, now that you've done this study? This is where you pull meaning out for the reader and you explain the significance. The conclusion sums up the whole project and ends with a key message. Again, I've said it could be a paragraph to half a page, but it really is dependent on how much you have to say. But this is this is what the reader wants to know, is what do you think of this study? So make sure you pay attention to that section. The paper would end with a reference list, and all the references in the text must appear at the end in the appropriate formatting and in alphabetical order. You can include appendices. This is not something that is often done, but if you feel that there are supplementary documents that are absolutely necessary, you can include them. Any appendix that you do include must be, you must mention it in the body of the review, must be referred to in the body of the review, so that the reader can see what the appendix refers to. Now that you know all the components that are needed to go into this comprehensive literature review, you can begin to develop your own outline. You can sketch out the main headings, add in the details that are relevant to your own topic. For example, if you were thinking about the introduction, you could note the source texts that you will use to explain the background to your research problem. You just build the outline bit by bit as you go through all the different sections. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you find something useful here to help you write your literature review.